Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to do the installation of Vanilla OS 2. So I have downloaded the ISO and checked the checksum. Checksums are okay and we can proceed with the installation. So I'm going to install the Vanilla OS in a virtual machine. It is based on Debian Unstable. So we are going to use the profile for the Debian Unstable, and it won't be compatible with BIOS. So you have to use UEFI firmware and use 50 GB, at least 50 GB of hard disk space, because it contains two root partitions. Therefore it requires more space, so you have to use at least 50 GB of hard disk space, or the virtual hard disk space in our case right now. This is the splash screen of Vanilla OS Orchid or the Vanilla OS 2, and I really like the design. Very beautiful, subtle design. The yellow flower looks very gorgeous. So the screen resolution is not proper. We'll have to change it before we start with the installation. Apply it and keep the changes. So now there are multiple options here in the installer. You can directly start the installation. You can install a custom image. So in custom image, you can add your specific configurations to the system directly, or you can add any application packages or system packages which are additional to the standard image of Vanilla OS that is available on the mirrors of Vanilla OS. There is recovery options also, so you can directly get to the console to recover your system. You can read the Vanilla OS official documentation. You can open gparted to correct any partition errors or any partition issues. You can consult the Vanilla OS handbook, and you can start a web browser to reach out to the Vanilla OS community to help you with the recovery of the system. And at the bottom there is the option to power off the system, that is the installer you can power off. Now let us start with the installation itself. So in English there are few options, and the default is English US, so we are going to stay with that. And in the layouts we can search for India. It should give us the correct options. I think there is an issue here. It is not coming up. Let us go back and go ahead again. So layouts should come up on the screen. It is little slow. In the keyboard layout and the language selection, the installer is slow. I have tested it many times, but the options come up little late. Let us go with English India, but it is not coming up on the screen. Okay, I think we should close this and then go. Let us see. So okay, let us. It is not coming up. So now we are going to choose the English India option. Should be somewhere here. Is English India with rupees. So the internet connection will be available because we are in virtual machine. Now in the time zone we have to select Kolkata. Kolkata should come up slowly. Okay. Now there is option to install the VM tools, whether to install or not install. Let us go with the installation. Now you have to use the virtual hard disk. There are options either to create manual partitions, or you can use the entire disk. Now in manual partitions, I have had issues. I did 2-3 times installation, but in the manual partition during the installation in a virtual machine, the issues are there and the installer does not finish the installation even after 1 hour. So there is some issue with the installer uh, in the virtual machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the entire disk instead of the manual partition, because I've shown you how to do the partitioning many times in earlier installation videos, so you can check that out. Let us use the entire disk option, and we will not do the disk encryption, because earlier when I tried with installation with the disk encryption, the system takes too long to install and the installation does not finish. So better is to not do the device encryption, because what happens in virtual machine, the system performance is compromised, so the system will run slow, so your installation will also run slow, and many times the systems work better on bare metal instead of virtual machine, so the optimization is not there for the virtual machine. So better is we will keep the device encryption off and we will proceed with the plain installation. So these are our selection of configuration for the installation, and now we will hit the Vanilla OS installation. And once the installation completes, I will let you know, because installation will typically take at least half an hour. It is very slow installation. So I am not going to continue the video for half an hour. I will break the video here, and in the final part where the installation is done, I will come back and I will let you know whether the installation was complete or not, because it will take more than half an hour and I don't want to just continue, because you will just see this hexadecimal numbers, you will not see anything, because it doesn't show any status of the update, what packages are going to get installed or what is going, because this is based on OCI images. So it is going to download OCI image in bits and parts. So you won't able to see, normally whenever you do the installation, you see following packages are getting installed, following packages are getting unpacked, following packages are removed, added to the system, additional packages get, all those kind of messages won't be shown in the installer. So I'm not going to continue with the video, because all till the end you are going to see like this only, some hexadecimal numbers. That's it, nothing else will be shown. So I will pause the video here, and once the installation completes, I will come back and I will show you the result. And in the next video from this video, we are going to do the first setup of Vanilla OS, because once you open up, what is your out of the box OOB experience or the first setup of Vanilla OS, that will be very interesting, and that we will do in the next video from this video. So see you. I will just come back after half an hour. Now grub install is going on. In this installation, the user is not installed during the system installation. User is installed or created when we do the first boot. So after first boot, the user will get created based on the inputs that we give. So right now only the system is installed, no user creation, no user installation is done during the system install. you can see the boot order is shown. The boot order is created. So here you can see two hard disks are there, HD2. This is two hard disks are there. You can see one is Debian boot and the other is vanilla boot. So two partitions probably, or two entries are there here. Auto created boot option. Okay, Debian. Yes. So I think two entries are there. Maybe two partitions will be there. So the Debian base partition or the base system is Debian, and upon that vanilla is there. I will just show you. You can see this is EFI Debian. So this is the base and the second is also Debian. Okay. So this is vanilla. This is called vanilla. So I think these two partitions are there and two entries are there. So it will boot from the either. Once here in the second boot after the update, it will boot from the second and like something like that. So we'll know better when we do the actual review of the vanilla OS. But here I can see two boot entries are there, Debian entry is there and the vanilla entry is there. Okay, so the installation is now complete, and if you want we can show the log also. Let us see. The log is there, you can see here. So it's quite short log, and here also you can see. Try to enlarge it. Okay, so Debian boot is there. First boot is your DVD-ROM will boot first. Second is the UEFI miscellaneous device. Third is Debian, and fourth is your vanilla OS. So now what we will do is we will stop the video here, and in the next video we will do the initial system setup and the user creation in vanilla OS. So let's see you in the next video. Bye bye.